What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today I want to do a video on the exponential graph and specifically the equation and how changing the variables kind of manipulates the shape of the graph. So here you've got y is equal to 2 to the power of x. Now what makes an exponential is if you look at the equation here, when x is in the power or the unknown variables in the power, then you're going to get an exponential. And what's happening on the graph is basically it's growing on itself. So it's kind of like doubling, if you will. So on day one, let's say I give you $1, day two, I give you $2, day three, I give you $4, $8 the next day, 16, etc., etc. It's growing on itself over time. And that's what an exponential graph looks like. And for the doubling case, this is what it would look like. Y is equal to 2 to the power of x. Now, what happens when I change the constant? So 2 is the constant here. What happens if I increase it? So you'll notice if I check this box here, it becomes super steep. So in this blue one here, you can kind of see the difference. So basically, the bigger the number or the more positive the number, the kind of more steep it's going to get and the quicker it's going to grow. Okay. So that's that example there. So I'm just going to uncheck that. All right. So what happens when our constant or minus 2 is negative? Okay. So what happens when our constant is negative? So in the original, you've got y is equal to 2 to the power of x. If I do y is equal to minus 2 to the power of x, you see it kind of just flips. So it's a mirror image on the x-axis right there. And it's pretty straightforward. It's just basically converting all the y coordinates into negative because you've got a minus 2 to the power of x. Okay, so uncheck that. Now, what happens when I have 2 to the power of minus x? So watch what happens here. When I have 2 to the power of minus x, it rotates it on this axis here, the y-axis. So the difference between 2 to the power of x and 2 to the power of minus x is just a rotation. Okay, so if you remember, this is 2 to the power of x. All right, so that is that example there. Now, like before, if I have 2 to the power of minus x and I have minus 2 to the power of minus x, it's just going to flip it. So it looks something like that. Okay, so pretty easy to see what happens there. All right, so the last two examples here, you'll note I call these edge cases. So basically, these are like the special circumstances. So let me just check y is equal to 2 to the power of x. It looks like this shape here. Now, it's an edge case or a special case is because if this number here, so the constant is less than 1, look what it does. So it also rotates the graph along the y-axis. So it's kind of interesting there. So I'll let you think about why that is. But that is the shape of the exponential graph if the constant is less than 1. Okay, so it's almost like the negative version here. Okay, so see if I check this, there's no difference. Maybe if I put this as 20 to the power of minus x, you'll see that goes in the same direction here. Okay, so key difference here, if this value is less than 1, it kind of rotates along the y-axis. Okay, so last scenario here, if I have 0.5 to the minus x, it's basically going to re-rotate it back to the original. So this y is equal to 0.5 to the minus x is pretty similar to 2 to the power of x here. So you see there's no change there. So quite interesting. Maybe I'll make this a 20 so you can see it goes along the same path. All right, so that's it for today. Just wanted to give you a quick overview on the kind of different exponential graphs and the shapes that you can get depending on how you manipulate the values in the formula. So if you want to know more or like other videos on different topics, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.